Hi, YouTube. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, I'm so excited about this video. I think this is one of those ones that I haven't been this excited for a live stream in a long while. This is going to be a fun one. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Say hi in live in the comments. And if you're watching this in the replay, no problem. Also say hi in the comments. I'm so excited. I have a really fun topic for you guys. I'll give a second for people to hop on and let me know that they can see me and hear me. Okay. Let's see. You can see me and hear me all right, right? Let me know in the chat box right now. Okay. All right, so let's get started. I think it looks good. Okay, so today's topic is sacred spending, spiritual and material favorites, wealth consciousness. And it's a little bit of a unique topic. We're definitely going to be talking about abundance slash wealth consciousness. And what I'm going to do is start off by talking a little bit about my modified version of the teacher training, which is my Quantum Queen program. And then we'll start talking about how to feel abundant if you don't yet have money in your bank. Then we're going to kind of go over a little bit of a timeline on how I started my own journey and where I spend my money, like where I think is the best investments, where I don't spend my money. So we'll get into that. And then I have a little bit of a favorites video for you. I'll be sharing with you my recent shoe handbag purchases, like the things that I've really been enjoying. I've got some makeup here to show you guys. So it's going to be a fun morning video with a hodgepodge of everything. Hi, Bella. Good morning. So I'm super excited for this. All right, so let's start talking about, as in the timeline, the Quantum Queen. So as you guys know, last month I launched I started talking about it, just launched last week, but my teacher training program, which is a 1-year training with me. But many people were interested in the teachings in that program without wanting to become a coach, mentor, or any kind of like business related. So what I've done is that I have a modified version of that program. Several of you have signed up for that, and I have much interest. So that's called the Quantum Queen, and I'm calling it my 12 months manifesting matrix program. It is a advanced level program. It's about really rewiring your lack consciousness into wealth consciousness. On my scale, as you guys are now pretty well aware of, you can get this free guide off of my email list. It's not for the basic Barbie. I don't even think that the self-aware Barbie would get that much out of it. Like, unless you're on like the tail end of the self-aware Barbie and entering or wanting to enter the $1 Million Babe, and then high-end divinity, definitely. So this is where, like, the tail end of this, and then this is where that program is. So it is an advanced level program. If you want to get if you want that, click on the link that I've posted here. I'll post it again in the chat, and it's gonna say teacher training on the top. You want to scroll down all the way down to where it says Quantum Queen, and then the information for that is listed there. If you want to sample my work and you're not sure if you're at the level where that's gonna be the best place for you to start, then I recommend in fact, the link I sent was the link I just sent was for the Magnetism and Miracles. That's my Law of Attraction program. That would be great if you want to see my work and test it out. So you can start there. This is the Quantum Queen. So I have listed that for you guys, and there's a payment plan available. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. So now we're going to start off by talking about how to feel abundant if you don't have money. So my number one kind of teaching around that is forget everything that you know about money. Forget the word money. Stop talking about money. If someone mentions money to you, scratch your head and act confused like you've never heard that word. Disassociate having things with money. Definitely stop writing things like, I cannot afford this, sad face, sad face. I cannot afford this, crying face. If only I could afford this, sad face, face palm, whatever. Stop talking about affording things and money. So the word abundance has nothing to do with money. Money is a man-made concept. So let me help you see this. Imagine that you are first get in your body. So you're right here, you are in your body, in whatever room you're sitting in or your car. Now imagine that you're zooming out and you're hovering above your body and you can see your body. And then zoom out a little bit more and now you're hovering above your car or your home or your work, wherever you are, and you can see that building. Now hover up some more, go higher, zoom out, and now you can see your city from up top. Zoom out some more, and now you can see a full view of your entire country as if you're looking down on it. Okay? Zoom out a little bit more, and now you can see the whole continent, several continents in view because you're that up high. Zoom out a little bit more, and now you can see all of planet Earth because you're that up high, zooming out and looking down. Zoom out a little bit more, up, 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 and now you're looking down and you can see many, many, many planets. You can see stars and all galaxies. From that vantage point, from that viewpoint of being able to see the freaking entire galaxies, like Milky Way, all of that beautiful stuff, think of what the hell does money mean? What's money? From that point of view, does money make sense? Right? From that point of view, money doesn't make sense. It's like one little thing that one little species at one given time decided to give it value. From that vantage point, abundance makes sense. Anything's possible. You're looking down and you're like, oh my God, all these freaking divine interventions, miracles needed to happen at exactly this point of time for everything to align so beautifully and perfectly that I get to exist right now. There's only abundance, there's only love, there is no concept. That's just a piece of paper that a whole bunch of group of people decided to give it meaning, right? So I think I got a super chat. Thank you. It says, okay. All right, so does that make sense? So forget about money. Hi, thank you, Janine. I got a super chat. I thought I saw something come in and I'm like, okay, what happened there? So I think one of the reasons that people stay and get themselves stuck in poverty consciousness is because they think that money equals abundance. So one of the biggest teachings, I think this is one of the core teachings that I taught in the first lesson of the Magnetism and Miracles programs too, forget the word money. Erase it out of your consciousness. Stop talking about it. Act confused when people ask you the prices of stuff. Stop looking at the prices of stuff. Let me tell you a little secret. The universe does not know that you can't afford shit. The universe doesn't know. So stop telling it things like, I can't afford this. If only I can afford this. I want this, but I can't afford it. Stop saying that. The universe is impersonal. So when you keep telling it that, it says, oh, okay, this person doesn't want that. So the only thing it reads is that I don't want it. I don't want it. It doesn't know that it doesn't have the concept of money. So it doesn't know that you can't afford stuff. It has given you and everyone else on the planet equal rights when it comes to abundance. The reason you don't have it is because you keep telling it that you don't want it by talking about money. So forget everything that you know about money. I will test you. I will say money, and if you even look at me, you've lost. You lost. Like Okay, so people should be able to say money, and you should be like, don't recall that even being in my dictionary. Does that make sense? Because I think this is one of the biggest problems. I see people writing in under my videos and in my group, I can't afford this. I can't. You don't want it. You don't want it. You don't want it. Because when you want it, here's a secret. If you just desire based on your actual desire without associating the word afford or money to it, it comes to you, because the universe doesn't understand money, that concept. It only knows, oh, there's a desire. All right, I must bring it to this person. This is why of anything that I've experienced on the internet in the time that I've spent, the last 15 years or so. I think I was 15 when the internet became like a thing, or 14 maybe. So in the time, I have never seen more people having the kind of manifestations that I see in my groups, both my free group, in my private coaching, and definitely in my Magnetism and Miracles group. You will be surprised at the way that people are just magnetizing and things are coming to them, because one of the first lessons that I taught them is forget money. Forget it. Don't talk about prices. Don't talk about dollar signs. Get amnesia. Okay? So, yes, Chelsea, I give the same level of content. I feel abundant. I just want to give you guys, I think this will be a game changer for a lot of people if it really sinks in. A lot of people won't get it. They'll still start complaining about how they can't afford shit. But the people that will get it, this will be a game changer for you. A game changer. Okay? I have learned over the last some years that I've been on YouTube speaking to thousands of women, that you can hand stuff to them. You can give money in their hand. But if they do not have the wealth consciousness, they will make sure that they lose that shit fast, because they can't, their nervous system, their subconscious can't even handle it. This is why most lottery winners end up broker, like worse off than they did before they won the lottery, because they have to discard of that money right away, because they do not have the abundance consciousness. They cannot comprehend it. Their nervous system can't handle it. So their subconscious will work 24/7 to make sure that they get rid of that as soon as possible, in whatever shape, form. Even if they have to do drugs, they have to give it away, they have to get entourage worth $50,000 a month, whatever the hell they need to do, they will discard it, and you can watch them do it. Wow, I got an aha moment. Thanks, Mina. I'm so glad. Yes. Okay, so is this making sense? Yes, I think let it penetrate and really make sense, right? So when you buy something, okay, use different language. So in my household, when we buy something, when we go to the store and we get something, we say, I manifested this. We do not say, I bought this. We do not use language as if, oh my God, this only cost $2, or this was on sale. I used to do this all the time. And then I really questioned my intentions. And I was like, I'm trying to impress my husband with like, oh, how savvy I am. He doesn't care. Okay, if I just come home and say, baby, look what I got. I love it. It's so awesome. That will make him happier than if I'm like, look what I got. It was $12, but I got it for $8 because I used the coupon and then I used blah, blah, blah. No. I wanted it. I desired it, and it just manifested to me. It came to me. That change your language. If you want to be abundant, think, behave, act, and feel like abundant people. Oh my God, thank you. I manifested this. Oh, Katharina, thank you. Stop saying I can't afford it because money is not the object. Makes sense after thinking about it. Good. Awesome. Okay, so this is making sense, right? Because when people get so tied up at in manifesting money even, and I keep asking, why do you want the money? Because it's money. I know it's money, but why do you want the money? As long as you want the money, you're not going to get it. because money is not a thing in the universe. It's not a language that the universe understands. It's not a frequency. Abundance is a frequency. Money is it's a piece of paper that some human beings decided that it would have value. In fact, in the time that we're living, my children rarely even see paper money. So their concept of money is really different than the way I grew up, right? The way I grew up, I knew that if my mom checked her purse and nothing came out of it, I wasn't going to be able to buy what I wanted to buy because there were no dollar bills or there were no like paper money. My children don't even have a concept of that because they do not see us even using paper money, right? So it's a very different time. There's different language, but I'm using that to my advantage to model a different kind of abundance to them. So you have to disassociate that word. Like, don't even use it. I'm using it right now because I'm teaching you guys, but like after this, like you should, it's like not even in your vocabulary. You don't even know what the hell it is. Now when you desire something, it will be based on your freaking true desires and not like, oh, I want that but I can't afford it. Huh? What you're really just saying is, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. That is what the frequency of the universe has a language. It's very different than the language that you use in your head and speak with. It's like if you go to Japan, right, and you're trying to order something, but you keep ordering it in Spanish, they're going to be confused. They're going to try their best. They might be like, is this what you want? This, they may try to use hand gestures. They might have you point to it. They might try to get it. There's going to be a lot of trial and error. Why make it so difficult? Speak the language. Learn to speak their language if you're going to be there, and then you can communicate. It's going to be easy. There's going to be flow. Okay? Thank you so much for this. Wow, this already is so impactful and you're only scratched the surface. Yes. So this is the kind of stuff we talk really deeply on how to embody this and make it like your second nature where you don't even have to think about it. You just know what dial to turn and bam, you're sending out the right frequency in my Magnetism and Miracles program as well as the Quantum Queen. Now, if you join the Quantum Queen, the Miracles and Magnetism comes free with that. It's a bonus. So yes, it's deep stuff. It is, but it's a lifestyle. It changes everything. If you can embody this, if you take this video and learn everything and be like, oh my God, I want to become that, then understand that the universe has a very clear language. It's like consistent. It's not like, oh, sometimes I manifest. No, if you learn the language, there's no sometimes. Saying that I sometimes manifest and other times don't means that you went to Spain and sometimes you know the language and sometimes you don't know what that thing is in that language. It just means you need to learn what that thing is. Simple as that. It's like the most consistent. Think about it. How can the universe not be consistent? If it wasn't consistent, if it wasn't predictable, we'd fall off the sky. Like we like the laws of the universe is what keeps everything functioning consistently. Like when you wake up, you can guarantee that the sun will come up, right? You can guarantee that the laws of the universe will function in a certain way to keep everything in flow and harmony. It's like the most consistent thing there is. So if something's not working, you're blocking it. You're not consistent in your communication. Okay? So in the moment you desire something, what thoughts do you suggest thinking of speaking? It depends on what it is. So we'll get into that, and hopefully that will make sense as we go. It depends on what you're wanting. The thinking and the speaking is really secondary. The main thing is your frequency. So what are you vibrating out? Now you can manipulate what you're vibrating out, what your frequency is, by thinking certain thoughts and by saying or not saying certain things. But really it comes down to your frequency. So let's see. What I do, Mina, is I stopped using the word spend. I now say I circulate money because it is always returned to me. Oh, that is beautiful. I love that, Sharon. And we can manifest abundance without money even being involved. That is so true, so true. You really never know how the universe will show up for you. Yet the universe has absolutely zero concept of the word money. We created that. That is our own limitation. Zero concept of the word money. Think about it. If you zoomed that out, that you're in the cosmos and you meet someone else, an alien, another species, right? And you said, here's some money, they're gonna look at you like they have no idea what that is. It's not like a universal concept that everyone understands. Okay, so get that out. Quantum Queen, the awesome thing is you teach women to be queens and goddesses. Who doesn't want to be them both? Yes. How do I overcome scarcity mindset? So I always get this anxiety when I'm budgeting my money. Okay, so stop using the word money and budget first, and then these are like deeper. If you want to overcome scarcity mindset, that's what I'm talking about here as best I can in one training in 1 hour. And if you want the deeper work, then put the word quantum queen or magnetism and miracles in your desire. And without worrying about how much it costs and how you're going to do it, just say this is what I want and watch it unfold. In my Magnetism and Miracles Facebook group, you will be shocked to see the kind of stuff that people are manifesting. Even in the ladies in my teacher training program, which is an 18K package, some people messaged me saying, I can't afford it, but I have to be in it. I made them rewrite that statement. I made them desire it without worrying about the money. And guess what? They were enrolled within 24 hours. Not one, multiple people. Within 24 hours, they manifested the money. Many of these people, granted, had been in my other programs, so they know limiting beliefs. They know, like, it was bam. They're like, oh yes, you said not to talk about money. You said not to limit my desires. Just desire based on your true heart's desire. Don't worry about the how. That's not your problem. All right, so abundance does not equal money. So let's talk about how to feel abundant if you don't have money, okay? First of all, abundance, right? So I'm going to repeat. Abundance has absolutely zero association with the word money. Disassociate that in your mind. Okay, so let's say that you are one of those people that's so focused on the fact that you don't have money so that you don't feel abundant. So what I would recommend is every morning, maybe, like, it depends on how committed you are. I was committed enough where I literally right now in the phase that I'm in for the last about 6 months, I would say 6 to 7 months, I will not be exaggerating if I said that I spend 95% of my day in awe and appreciation and true bliss, gratitude of everything that I have. And when I say everything that I have, it means the fact that when I step outside, there's plants, there's fresh air, the fact that I don't have to gasp for oxygen, like it's just available everywhere, the fact that I seem to have had for the last almost 39 years an unlimited amount of breaths that I've taken. I've always somehow had food show up because obviously I survived up until this point. I spent 95% of my day just being in awe of the fact that I'm breathing. The earth is still rotating. I'm still safely on it along with 7, 8, 9 billion other people. And I'm just in awe of that. I just can't believe that someone up there loves me so much. Life loves me so much that it made this entire manifestation just so I can exist at this point of time. That's how I spend most of my day, in that kind of awe. And there's just things just magnetize to me. And it's not like, let me do this so then I can get more. I'm literally in awe, like my heart is ripped open in gratitude for this. So it's a very different kind of feeling than just saying affirmations. Saying affirmations doesn't work unless you feel the affirmation. Feel it so much that you can just cry out of joy and bliss and gratitude. That is the secret. That's the secret, that you're genuine, like you're really genuinely feeling it. right? So I was saying how to feel abundant if you don't necessarily have money. Twice a day if you're lazy, but if you really want this to be like your thing, like you want to master it, you want excellence, right? You want to be disciplined. You know, one of the things that, if you guys have been following my channel for any number of years, that you know is that I am one of the most disciplined people I know, and I pride myself in that. When I want something, like when I want to make a shift, I will become so disciplined in it. I will strive for excellence. I will get a freaking like PhD in it, but not just from here, right? I I've been an avid reader since I was 7. I used to get in trouble. I've talked about this when I was little. I used to get in trouble for the amount of books that I read because my parents thought I was totally being antisocial and just reading all the time. But recently I've been a little turned off by, even though I still read a lot and I promote it, I've been turned off a lot by this new generation of women that read a lot and have like absolutely zero transformations. And in fact, the more they read, the more anxiety prone they are, the more panicked they are, the more auditioning they are, the less self-love they are. It's like there's this weird dissociation with that. And I've come to realize that it's like they don't know how to activate themselves. They really need someone to activate everything that they're learning. Otherwise, it's just piling on their anxiety on top of anxiety. So they need someone to be able to coach them or mentor them to activate their personal power rather than just getting more information. So information is not wisdom. I've said this many times, right? So you don't do wisdom, you are wisdom. You have to step into it. You can't do it. You can't, does that make sense? You can't just like do it. And I think a lot of people are trying to do wisdom. You have to just step into it, become it. It comes from determination, discipline, excellence, right? Not perfection, but excellence in everything that you do. You become meticulous with your thoughts, with the way you speak, with the way you carry yourself, with the way you feel and act, and everything jives and flows. The universe loves flow. So if you, that's the definition of frequency, is if you can become disciplined and meticulous in your communication, become super clear. So saying I want something but I can't afford it, that is not clear communication. It, in a way it is. What you're clearly communicating to the universe is I don't want it. I'm very disassociated with this thing. I think I can't have it. So the universe is reading, I don't want it. It says, okay. All right, I will step aside. You don't want it. Okay, I feel so lucky to have attracted you in my life. Oh, Mimi, that is so sweet. All right. Stephanie, I love you too, babe. Thank you. All right. So, sit down twice a day if you're lazy. If you're meticulous, you love excellence, you are disciplined, then sit down large portions of your day. Not even sit down. When you're driving, when you're walking, when you're in your bathroom, when you're showering, when you're at work. Think and literally like put your hand on your heart. Cry tears of joy for the fact that you are breathing and you do not have to work very hard. It's effortless for you. And if you can't feel joy over that, then go to the hospital, go to hospice, be in the company of someone that doesn't have that privilege because they're on their last breath, or they're in that situation where they're having to gasp for every breath, and that realize how freaking abundant you are, how easy you have it because you can just breathe freely. There is an unlimited abundance of breaths out there for you to just take. And feel so amazingly grateful for it that you can just cry. You do cry because that's how grateful that you feel that your heart is ripped open. This is the fastest shortcut, in fact, to, I could charge $1 million for this training alone. Just this 1 hour that I'm giving you, because this, if you can embody this, right, you can have anything that you want. Anything that you want just materializes for you. That simple. But the thing is, most people won't do it. They're just going to go around their daily lives. They're going to complain. They're going to go back into victim consciousness, consciousness, he did this to me, she did this happened to me, I can't afford that, only if my husband, if this, if that. Zoom out, right? And where's your husband or your coworker from that viewpoint? It's all I see is abundance. If there are people in your frequency right now that are not to your liking, raise your own frequency and they will deselect you. You don't even have to go and have a talk with them. You don't have to trip them. You don't have to poison them. You don't have to control them, manipulate them, convince them. They will deselect you because that's how the universe works. Raise your own frequency. If they're not deselecting you, you are in their frequency, and like attracts like. You attract what you vibrate, not what you want. So you are attracting them if they're not leaving you alone. Raise your frequency and let them deselect you. Raise your frequency. You know, people will say, I raised my frequency, Mina, and then I got fired. I'm like, great. Something better is coming for you. You had to create that vacuum for the millions to come in, for the passion to come in, for the king to come in. Something has to deselect you. There has to be a vacuum that the universe wants to fill. Okay? So let people deselect you. Let things deselect you. I literally want to cry out of joy. Yes, 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 yes. Now you're in the right framework. Now you're on point. From this point of view, you don't even, you desire something in your heart and it just materializes. You have up levels your entire consciousness. So, you know, we have this thing in evolution where we think that evolution is this linear process, which it is in body terms, right? It's been this process. But the evolution of your consciousness, you get to control. You can be a bystander and just kind of inch along in that, or you can change and evolve rapidly through new awakenings, through new frequencies. That's the work that I teach. That we have control over. That we can clearly speak. That's so true. I raised my frequency and she came to me and said, I don't want to pour any more energy into our friendship. She deselected you. It's like, I let you go with love and light. There's no hardship. There's no negativity. It's like, all right, I respect that. Thank you. That's it. All right, so step number 1, we're gonna count the abundant number of breaths that we have. Now, if you want to take that a little bit further, you know, I talk about excellence and being meticulous and being disciplined. Step down into, or go to your kitchen and look around you and see how much food you have available. Whether it's 1 loaf of bread and some butter, channel the cave woman energy of the ancestors we had before us many million years ago that did not just go down to the refrigerator and have food available, and their children often died waiting for the tribe men to come back with food. Can you feel her pain? From her point of view, how freaking abundant are you? I don't care where you live on the planet. From her point of view, from the cave woman energy, from her point of view, you are abundant. You have access to healthcare. You have access to food. You have access to medication. You have access to a community, like a police force and an army, people protecting you, guiding you. You can go on the internet and Google stuff and learn things, right? You are really abundant. Voila, didn't take much money, did it? You can feel abundance just because you want to feel abundant. Abundance consciousness is very different than money. Because let me tell you, I know we've all heard of people that had plenty of money, but they definitely didn't have the abundance consciousness, right? They looked to alcoholism, drugs, they committed suicides, they had failed relationships. My definition of abundance is if you know how to communicate, if you speak the universe's language, you should be abundant in all areas of your life because the rules do not change. The rules don't change. That's why some of the most wealthy people on the planet are also some of the most spiritual. because they understand these principles. That's why these wealthy spiritual people, you often hear stories of them losing their millions and then gaining it back and then some, because they know how to clearly communicate with the universe. They know the rules of the universe and they follow. Okay, so let's talk about now. Those of you guys that are just joining now, so I announced earlier, as I go deeper into this training, I'm going to also do a little of my favorites. I'm going to share with you my favorite makeup and things like that, things that I spend my money on. But before we do that, I want to mention that I have modified the teacher training program, and now there is a non-teacher, non-coach, non-mentor option, which is called the Quantum Queen. And I have linked it in the description box. If you click on that link, go to the teacher training page and scroll all the way down. On the bottom, you will see the information for the Quantum Queen. If you want to sample my deep work, my consciousness work, I call it stages, raising the stages of your goddess evolution, as you saw in my free e-guide, then you can purchase the Magnetism and Miracles program and get a sample of my work. It's really deep work, so you need to be at a certain level to even get that. But it's I'm showcasing it here, some of it here. So far we've learned that money is neutral. Give money a clean slate. Money is neutral. Stop judging money. Stop saying things like money is evil. Money is the root of all evil, whatever, those verses are that have been misunderstood over these years. Stop judging it. Stop judging when other people attract, whatever they attract and manifest. The more you judge other people in whatever it is, the further and further away you get from that thing, because you're sending a very muffled, conflicting frequency to the universe. You can't be judging what someone else has while desiring it at the same time. That's a lot of confusion. Right? So I've heard this, seen this kind of in manifest in many different ways, where like I've had friends in the past that would complain about their husbands, saying their husbands don't do this, don't do that, but then also judge me because my husband was doing those things. So let me tell you how that can look like. That can look like, oh, I wish my husband cleaned and cooked more, or I wish my husband bought me stuff, or I wish my husband did that or that, right? Whatever it is. He was romantic. And then they would see my husband being romantic, buying me stuff, cooking for me, cleaning for me, catering to me, like spoiling me, and say, oh, poor Irfan, Mina's making him. Like, you're sending very conflicting messages here, right? If poor Irfan, Mina's making him, first of all, you can't make a king do anything. You can't make a king do anything that he doesn't want to do. Men love spoiling queens. They love spoiling their queens. So you see how that's a very conflicting message to the universe, and the universe hears is that, she doesn't want this. So now their husband does even less and less and less of that, and they're really confused. So when I am in the presence of someone that is doing something that I desire, I watch that person like a hawk. I'm like, how does this person move? What is she eating? What are her thought processes? What is she wearing? I want me some of that. I follow successful people. I learn from them. But, poor consciousness people, poverty consciousness people, they have this kind of like judgment. Oh, I don't want it anyways because money is bad. Okay. All right. That's what you just communicated. Okay. It didn't hurt the other person. It hurt you. It kept you trapped. Right? People love cages. Makes them feel secure and safe. So money is neutral. Stop judging it. Erase the word money from your vocabulary and desire your heart's content based on the abundant universe, because the universe is abundant. So here's the second portion of this video. And this is what inspired it. I don't know if many of you guys will understand and correlate to this, but hopefully you will. So when I, many years ago, I think this was like 6, 7 years ago. You guys know I had my autoimmune stuff show up, and I really needed to heal myself, and I didn't want to go to medication. You guys have heard my story. So I became immersed in nutrition. It things started really shifting quickly for me. Within days, I had alleviated my symptoms of pain that I had had for since I was a teenager, for years and years. And things really started shifting, and I spent about 18 months, 2 years, really studying nutrition. And when I say studying, not just reading books, to me, studying is another word of embodying. So I really want to make that clear, because a lot of people think you just read a whole bunch of books and don't move your butt and then everything happens. That's not how Mina works. I'm meticulous, as I've said, and really disciplined in what I want. So I started really embodying everything I was learning, really experimented, and started curing myself. Years later, it's been 3, 4 years now. It's like no symptoms of RA exist. Reports come back clean, everything's good, right? Then, as you guys remember, I started investing in myself, in the sense that so in the nutrition phase, I was also investing in myself. I was buying the best vitamins. I started seeing more like holistic doctors, even if it meant that I had to pay out of pocket, right? This was kind of a new way of being for me, because a lot of these things you have to invest in yourself. So I was buying more expensive food. I was paying more money for vitamins and things. And so, but I started reaping the benefits. Like, I started feeling awesome. So from that, it led to I wanted to work out. And I knew that in the past, I was the type of person that I would buy gym memberships and just never go. So I asked myself, what would it take? What would it take for you to be really consistent and disciplined in working out? And the answer was, if I had a home gym. And so I started investing in that. And I think we've had it now for, I think, about 4 years. I want to say we spent about $2,000 over the years in making it what it is today. But it has been one of the best investments for my entire family, and definitely for me, because it's been a game changer for me. It's been a game changer, right? Think about all the stupid stuff in the last 4 years that you may have spent $2,000 on, right? I mean, it changed. It's priceless to me, because I've been able to manifest the body that I wanted just from thinking outside the box and desiring something without thinking, who the hell has a gym in their house, right? Who cares? I do, right? And it started with going to Walmart and buying some dumbbells. Like, literally, that's how it started. So I did that. Then with my nutrition was on par, I started workouts. I started feeling really, really good. Like, I had a lot of energy. I wasn't in pain anymore. My thinking changed. I noticed, like, I was always into personal development, and I always had that thing, but I noticed that it was easier to think positively when my diet was good, when my life force was high. It just came more naturally. So at that time, I was like, okay, my nutrition is on autopilot, my workout is on autopilot, life is good. Like, what's my next step? What do I do now? So the answer came to me that I really needed to invest in more healing and deep inner work, like more energetic work. So at this time, I automated the nutrition. I automated the workouts, where it was like, Monday I'm doing this. Like, I got very consistent, and then I moved on to inner work. So now what I did is I put all of my extra money, all of my energy, all of my extra time in researching the best coaches and mentors, and buying the programs that I needed. And I made some mistakes. I won't lie. I ended up investing in some coaches that weren't the best, but I learned from those experiences. So I did not count them as failures. Like, one of the biggest lessons I've learned in hiring a coach or a mentor has been, do not hire anyone that isn't way ahead of you in the journey, and also who is not abundant in all areas of their life. I was actually in this call just last week, and I was so shocked, because it's a mastermind for women entrepreneurs who are making, close to or making 7 figures in their business. So these are really up-leveled women, right? And so a couple of the women that came, or they should be, I expect them to be, I should say. So a couple of the women that were speaking in this call were sharing their journey, and I applaud their vulnerability. It's just that I wouldn't hire them. Of how they teach abundance, but they have no abundance in their life, that they can't manifest any money, that they can't manifest relationships. And I was, to be honest, I was a little turned off, because if I'm going to hire you, you have to have disciplined yourself, become meticulous enough, be excellent enough that you have manifested what you're claiming that you can help me manifest. Does that make sense? No judgment for me and you as a person. I'm sure you're a loving person. I love you so much. We could even be friends, but I'm not going to hire you for what you haven't been able to manifest yourself, if that's what you're claiming that you can help me to. It's, oh my God, I learned that lesson expensively, but I think that's been a game changer for me, because I always wanted to give people the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to, if someone was nice, if they seemed nice enough, you know what I mean? Like, I would buy their services thinking they can help me, not really checking them out to see, okay, like, they may have great reviews, but do they have the great relationship? Do they have the abundance in their life? Do they have the body and the fitness in their life that they're trying to claim that they can help with me? So that was a lesson well played and well learned. So I started really just doing a lot of inner works. This meant embodying a lot of difficult new ways of being, forgetting everything I knew from the past, releasing a lot of emotions that were trapped in me since childhood, up-leveling my entire self-image, doing things that made me so uncomfortable that my skin would crawl. I wanted to like step outside of my skin. That's how freaking scared I was. There were moments that I thought I was gonna die. That's the kind of scary things I did. But I got stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger from it. And it's, I mean, exhilarating, life-changing. Life. You feel so alive when you can face fear in the face and be like, I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm scared, but I'm gonna do it anyways. You feel so alive. We think we're alive, but if you're constantly letting fear bully you and give you a beatdown, you have no idea what it feels to be alive. And I'm just getting started. Universe is abundant, and so is your energy, Mina. I'm always inspired by your radiating positivity. Thank you for changing our lives. I'm feeling a difference already with the change with your videos. I'm so glad. Whenever I see you live, it raises my vibration immediately. Thank you. You guys are resonating with this frequency, so you have it in you as well. When you resonate with something, whether it's positive or negative, you have it within you. So it's like wanting to be birthed. You're wanting to be, you're attracted to it, right? So like attracts like. So I love that. Thank you for that. So the next thing I invested on, right, I'm giving you kind of my timeline, was my inner work and mentoring. And I spent a lot of money, sometimes not worth it, but lessons well learned, no regrets from me whatsoever. So I did that about a year and a half. And then I got to a place, not that inner work is not like this PhD kind of thing, like here you go, you are completely cured and here's your inner work, right? It's a process. But a year and a half in, I felt like I was in a place where I'm like, okay, like I'm that automation phase, right? I'm like, okay, I automated the nutrition where it became part of my functioning. I'm embodying it. I automated the nutrition. The workout, the fitness, it became a part of me. It's time to automate the inner work where it's like I don't have to like work so hard at it, right? It's like part of me, it's happening. So I did that, and in that phase is right when my relationship started changing tenfold. That's when I all of a sudden had like this abundant awakening in my husband, and he was just like next level husband, right? I mean, he's a great guy. I definitely married my soulmate. But we were, you've heard my story. There was a phase where we had depolarized each other, and we were more like friends or like roommates versus like romantic, juicy, conscious lovers. So that started unfolding, and I've shared that whole journey with you. So then that became kind of this new thing that we were exploring and having fun with. And then that became automated, right? It was like, okay, we have it now. Like, let's just have fun. So I remember this one conversation that Irfan and I were having where he was like, he reached over, right? And he was holding my hand and he's like, I feel like I'm in heaven. Let's just have a lot of fun, okay? And I was like, yeah, I'd like that. Let's do that. And it was just this like, I'm feeling so like, oh. Okay, so it was just like this really, it happened like a few years ago, but I feel like it just happened right now because I can feel it in my body again. It was just this like really super juicy romantic moment and I loved it. And, but it got me thinking, right? I was like, fun. Okay, like let's explore that a little bit. So I was like, Irfan's definition of like abundance and like freedom is very clear cut. Like he wants to have, at that time we hadn't reached the goal, but he wanted to have a certain amount of money in his net worth so that he can retire from his job and pursue his passion. So I was like, he's pretty clear in what he wants. Granted, at that time we hadn't manifested it. We're like way past that number now. But I was like, I'm not really clear. So I'm like, okay, I got the health. I got the fitness thing going. I did my inner work. I manifested my juicy relationship. What's next for me, right? So that's around the time that I really like launched my business. So I already at that time I had my coaching license and I was coaching clients, but I wasn't like all in. Like I was enjoying it, but it wasn't like a thing for me, right? So I started getting really clear. I'm like, where do I want to invest the rest of my energy? Like, what do I want to do? What is this fun that Irfan's talking about? What does it look like for us as a couple? What does it look like for us as a family? And then what does it look like for me? Like, what is that? So I started journaling. And I was like, and this has evolved in the last couple of years for me. So I was like, I want to make something more of this gift I've been giving of helping people, of coaching, and this YouTube channel that I have. I think at the time I had like 10,000 followers on YouTube. So I'm like, I want to do something good with this. So that was one of the things. And want to travel. Like I had some other things on there. And so I started putting more energy into that. That's when I launched my first program and then second program and then really started doing it seriously. And that just blossomed and bloomed because everything else in my life had lined up. I had gained some momentum by saying, I can do anything I want. Because remember, people said I couldn't be cured of RA. I did it. I thought after having 3 babies, I couldn't have the body that I wanted. I did it. I thought I couldn't have the romantic, juicy relationship that I wanted. I did it. So I had these like successes to step on, right? So that gave me a lot of confidence. So I noticed that any goal that I would put in my business, like next month I would do it. Then I would up level the goal. Like sometimes the goals were like outrageously crazy. Like people would be like, are you serious? Like that's nuts. Like you should dream within like reality. And I would be like, no, I want to do this. Like I'm going to do it. And then it would happen, right? So last year, fast forward a little bit. So last year I was at that point where in January, I'm like, actually this was not even January. It was like later in the year, right? No, it was January. Last year, so 2018 January, that's when I do my vision board. That's when I like write down my goals. I was saying, what do I want to do next? Like, what do I want to up level? I got the business thing, I got the relationship. So I'm like, what's my next project? Like, what's my next investment of energy, time, and money? And so I decided that there were some rooms in my home that I wanted to up level. And so I did really little things. I went and I got some fuzzy pillows and like some blankets and some fun like accessories and knickknacks. So I started investing in that, and that by the end of the year of 2018, we had completely up leveled our entire house. Like, not completely, we're still working at it, but to the point where I wake up every day and I'm like, oh my God, I freaking live in a palace. Like, I'm a queen, I live in a palace. It's my version of a palace, right? So I wanted the garden that I wanted, I got that. Like I dream and I desire without any price tag attached to it, without any need for, or like, oh, my husband would never go for it, without like any of that yuckiness. I just desire. So this year, I was like, okay, well, what's next, right? A lot of that got automated. Irfan started automating the entire house. Like everything in our house is like automated, like cameras, like you can unlock the garage doors with your phone, like just crazy things that he's into. So he started doing this. And one thought occurred to me because I've had this question in my mind so many times and you guys have asked me. I often have people that follow me that are like second generation immigrants, right? So meaning their parents were immigrants and they were born and raised in the US and they're really educated, right? They're educated, they have abundance of money coming in. But what I've noticed is they don't know, and I've been in there, so this is no judgment, they don't know where to invest their money, like what they're already investing, right? So for example, in my life, Irfan still invests about 90 maybe more percent of our income. So we save more than 90% of our income, even though it may not appear that way to the average person because of the way you see me spending. But remember that the way that money flows is it's a different rate. So what I've realized is that they have money to spend, but no one's having these discussions. If you go to a financial planner, they will tell you to invest in your 401k and investments, and they're like, yeah, I got that covered, I'm doing that. But how do I enjoy my money? Okay, that's this portion of this video. Okay, so let me check in with you guys. Wow, that really hit me. I desire to be a life coach, but just realized I have more work to do on it myself. Yes, because think about it, I see so many life coaches. That's why I kind of changed my name as well, my title. I'm sorry, not my name. I changed my title from away from life coach of people that are not living the life that they're claiming they're going to help you manifest. Sorry, I have trouble handing you my money. Because money is an exchange of trust. It's an exchange of appreciation in that transaction. So let me tell you the first lesson of sacred spending for me. Money is, okay, now I told you guys to forget about money in the first portion of this video, but now let's talk about what is money. Money is simply an exchange of appreciation. It's an investment that you make in yourself. So my money does not come from my clients. My money comes from me living in abundance. It gets showered to me. I'm not saying this as a way to brag, and Irfan can confirm this for you guys. I'm so blessed. I have no idea how many streams of income that I have. They come in from all kinds of different places. I can't even keep track. Luckily, he's the numbers guy. He keeps track. Everything's organized in Mint. You know, Irfan. Everything's very organized. I hardly ever even go in there. He has everything automized. The other day, I was like, seeing this notification that Irfan had put into our joint calendar. I'm like, what the hell is this? $194. And so I was like, what's this notification that you have to transfer $194? He's like, it's the money you get from Mr. Rebates every month. And I'm like, I get $194. He's like, it's different every month. He's like, yeah, you get around $200. I'm like, from when? And he's like, remember like 5-6 years ago, you did those videos talking about how you click through Mr. Rebates and then you get your cash back. I was like, oh yeah, we still get those? He's like, yeah, we get like $200 a month from that. I had totally forgotten about that. And it really got me thinking. I'm like, because I asked for abundance, devoid of any number of money, it just comes in its all forms. I don't even have to keep track of it. And then I started thinking about how many other revenues, right, big and small monies coming in. I don't even remember because my focus is not on money. My focus is on having fun. That's it. I just have fun in my life. Whatever I do, I put my fun energy into it. I have my excellence energy into it. I have my discipline energy into it. I don't worry about the outcome. It just shows up. So money is an investment that you make in yourself. It's a form of appreciation and exchange you make when you're doing an exchange of goods and services. That's all that is. So when I spend money on something, it has to be from a place of appreciation. It has to be from a place of appreciation because that's the only thing it means in my life is appreciation. So back in my day when I hadn't done all this work, when I used to buy designer, I've always been a designer bags and shoe bag. Like I've always been this girl, fashion girl. I know I say the word always because my mom told me a story. She said that when I was 2, I would refuse to wear things that did not match. Like if it was like not the right shade of pink, I wouldn't wear it. So my soul, my spirit, the energies, the life force that guide me have this flavor already built in because babies are not trained into this. My mom was not that person. My mom was like just not in, like, she'd wear whatever. Like, she wasn't a fashionable person. She wasn't a fashionista. Like, I didn't have anyone else to like learn this from. This is what my soul energy is: the appreciation of beauty, the appreciation of fashion. So I've always had that in me. And I've learned that if I deny myself in that, I don't feel good. Like, I have this longing for wanting it. And if I'm longing and wanting something, I can't show up as excellence in my work. I can't show up as fun Mina, as romantic Mina, as fun mom Mina, because there's something missing that my soul really craves and desires, right? So if I'm sitting there going, oh, I want those shoes, but I can't have them because they're so expensive, I'm saying I don't want them, right? And why should I have them? Because it lights up my soul. Like, I just come alive from having this fun stuff as symbols of abundance in my life, right? Now, I did not start off with that stuff, right? I started off by, and I still do this. People think it's easy to be abundant for me because I have things, but I'm abundant because I have breath. I'm abundant because my heart beats with no effort from me. I'm abundant because my blood flows with no conscious effort. I'm abundant because I was born in a country where even if I don't have money, people will make sure you have food in your house. Like, I'm surrounded by people that will put their lives on the line to protect my freedom. That's why I'm abundant, and that's where I started, right? So back in the day when I was doing my Louis Vuitton haul videos and things, I realized that I was using that spirit energy of like wanting nice things, but I hadn't healed. I wasn't abundant in other areas. And so that's when I stopped doing the hauls, because I was like, I need to use up this energy that I'm using to research Louis Vuitton items and all this stuff. It's leaking out, and focus it on my own like inner work. And that's when that whole switch happened for me. So I put that on hold. So then when I woke up years later to this place where I'm like, okay, my body is healed, my emotions are healed, my thinking is so positive and abundant, like 95% of the time I'm in this sheer place of joy. Now I can, that moment with Irfan when he's like, let's just have fun, okay? I was like, okay, what does that mean for Mina? What's fun for you, right? Irfan has a plan about his retirement. What's your plan? So I wrote down a plan. And one of my plans was, this was the major, like the umbrella plan, that I want to feel immensely abundant in all areas of life. All areas of life. I want to be abundant in my friendships. This doesn't mean I have a bazillion friends. I have a limited amount of life force after all. But it does mean that I have the right kind of friends, right? Couple like right kind of friends. I want to be abundant in romance. I want to be abundant in, when I open my fridge, I want like fun drinks. Like, I drink these like really nice waters that I get from Costco that I love, sparkling waters. I want to be abundant in the type of clothing that I have. Now, abundance doesn't mean number of items, right? We're not thinking about numbers. Abundance meaning when I open my closet, every item in there is just, it makes me come alive. Like, it feels delicious on my body. I love looking at it. I love wearing it. It's easy to clean. Like, I have my little checklist. So I really started like pouring that out into my life then. So I'm like, okay, so what do I need to do? One of the things like was that I feel a certain way when I travel. Okay, well, how can I feel that all the time? Okay, well, I want to live my life as if every day is a vacation. So these things started coming on my journal, and I wasn't doing it based on, oh, I want that, but I can't afford it. I want that, but that seems ridiculous. I want that, but who the hell gets that? None of that. Just like, this is what I want. Here's my order, universe. Here you go. This is what I want. Like, simply laid it out, right? And yeah, so that's kind of where I am now, where it's raining abundance everywhere. It's just raining it. So fast forward, here I am, okay? So let me share with you guys some of my fun things that I'm really enjoying right now. Yes, an abundance of quality, yes. Ooh, speaking of that, so I'll show you guys my little haul that I want to show you. But one of the things that I did in, when I think this was early February, I think, of 2018, I made a friend love list. So, I attracted Irfan into my life by making a love list of exactly the qualities I wanted in a man. Well, earlier last year, I was like, what are the qualities that I want in a girlfriend? So I wrote down those qualities, and oh my God, right now, tonight, I'm even going to a birthday party for one of, okay, oh my God, okay. So now the friends that I have, super high caliber, like, oh my God, like we soul speak, right? So one of the friends that I manifested through this process is it's so funny. She's actually one of my students. So she's known me for a few years. She's been following my journey, and she's in my goddess program. She's in a couple other programs. I think Arouse. And so I met her through another friend, and I saw her walking across the street. We were waiting outside the restaurant to go in, and when I saw her, granted she's not at that, I convinced her to be on Facebook now, but she wasn't even on Facebook when I met. So she's in my program. She's seen me. I've never seen her in my life, never spoken to her. She's in my digital programs. I see her, and something in her, I was just like, wow, who's that? She's just radiating. Like her skin oozes abundance and joy, like literally. So she walks up and she's like, oh my God, Mina. And I'm like, she knows me, like, right? And so long story short, she's become one of, we're getting to know each other. She's become one of my friends. Here's the funny thing. So she bought a intensive to come to my house and spend the whole day with me learning some deeper spiritual work. So we did the intensive, and she went home from that intensive on a Saturday. On Monday, I had showed her my vision boards during that intensive. On Monday, she goes and she cuts out her dream house, puts it on her vision board, right? And this was May 25th. So I don't know how long that's been, a month. Couple days ago, she invites me to lunch. She's like, come to lunch. So I go to lunch with her, and guess what? Not only did she manifest that house, it's across the freaking street from me. Ah! Could you freaking believe that? Like, that love list, I'm telling you. Like, that's how it freaking works out. She's going there that this is her manifestation. I'm like, it's my manifestation too. Like, I love this. You're moving across the freaking street. Anyways, so her birthday party is tonight. I'm going to go have fun with her. I'm just so excited. Like, this is what's happening. And the beautiful thing about it is that exactly as I had listed in my love list, the kind of conversations I wanted to have, the kind of frequency I wanted to feel with these girlfriends, that's what exactly I'm feeling. Like, I went to a 2-hour lunch with her, and not once did we discuss anyone. We talked about motherhood. We talked about our positive journey, our things that we learned from. We talked about the evolution of our minds. We talked about manifesting. We did not gossip. We didn't talk about anything negative. Like, it was, oh my God, it's like soul speak. Right? A few years ago, I wouldn't have even imagined that I could, like, I had limiting beliefs of like, the only friends I can make are stay-at-home moms because, like, everyone else has a 9-to-5 job. Like, I had all these, like, stupid, like, limiting beliefs. And when I made that love list and I was like, nope, abundance, 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 abundance only, they come find you. It's so beautiful the way it works out. Sending you a big hug and loads of love and bliss. Thank you. I always add you in my already manifested list and feel great about it. Thank you. Awesome. Oh my God, you just described me. I have always been like that. Oh, I missed it. Which part was that? Awesome. You have the greatest of shoes. Thank you. They're like art pieces to me. Right? Art pieces that you can actually put on. Okay, so let me share with you some of the things. So I'm in that phase of my life where there's this full abundance. When I want something, I don't look at the price tag, whether it's $1 or $10,000. If I want it, I want it. The money just shows up. So where should I start? Okay, so one thing is, as part of my abundance of wanting to attract friends, I had envisioned that I wanted the kind of friends that like could stop by for coffee and like really casual, really fun stuff, like girls night out kind of stuff at my home. So one of the things I like to have is I like to have an abundance of fun drinks. So this has been challenging for me because I had a limiting belief in the past that all the fun drinks you can drink now because they're healthy. But Costco and a lot of other places now carry really fun drinks, high-end stuff that feels good, is delicious, and it's like health conscious. So I started making sure that I always have an abundance of that kind of stuff in my house. It just makes me feel really abundant and like I'm ready for my friends. So that's one thing. And I got some pretty, like Alina calls these my unicorn juice glasses. Okay. So, from childhood loving to live in luxury, that part. Oh, yes. That the part of you, the source energy, the consciousness that's channeling into your manifested body has a liking to that. Because when you're born into it, that's what that means. That's why when you ask a professional athlete, how long have you been playing? He's like, since I was 2. Or you ask a piano player, when did you start practicing? And he says 4. And you're like, at 4, you started practicing that at 4. Their soul knew. That's the consciousness that manifested in that human body. Okay? That's why people that say, oh, money is not spiritual, money is a man-made concept, right? We're all spiritual beings having a human experience. If you do not like material things, it doesn't make any sense because the consciousness part of you chose a material body to manifest as. It doesn't make sense. You're probably living your life in a lot of tug of war and push and pull, and probably have a huge lack of abundance in your life because your general personal frequency is one of conflict. Your soul wanted to have a physical, material manifestation in a human body, but then your human self is like, things are bad, we can't have things, money is bad. I bet you there's a huge tug of war going on, and it's probably manifesting as failed relationships, obviously financial issues, health issues. A lot of things manifest, like a lot of these belief systems have outward manifestations, right? So the drinks part, also like fun little things like this. So I got these from Z Gallery, which is, I think it's a Texas company, I'm not sure, but I know you can order online. So these are drink like stir things, and when I would make my husband and myself like green juice, Irfan can sometimes take forever to drink it, and so it would separate and look like super gross. So I would make him like his green smoothie, and it would be like sitting there like separated. So I got these, and so I put one of these in his drink, and so if he takes 30 minutes to like decide to drink his green smoothie, we can steer it. And then it's fun because sometimes I'll post on Instagram and stuff. So these kind of things are honestly business expenses because like, come on, you can't have this lifestyle and like not have fun with it. So I got these and I absolutely love them. These are from Z Gallery. And then also from Z Gallery, like we got some fun, I don't know what these are supposed to be for. I guess for adorbs, right? And I just love looking at them. We haven't really used them yet. I think we tried once with like olives or something. But they're like little diamonds. And things like these just remind me of abundance. I love them. If people come over, like you can lay these kind of things out, and it's just fun. So I can't remember if we used these, but they're sitting on my little table and I just love them. So I got fun things like this. Also, one thing that makes me feel really like abundant is having really nice smelling candles and soaps. So Alina is obsessed with these soaps. In fact, we have to kind of watch her because she will pump this like 4 times just to wash her hands once. So you have to supervise a little bit. But I love these. Both of these are some of my favorite smells. This is the fresh cut. Wait, no, this isn't the one. I think the gardenia one is my number 1, but this is good too. Oh my god, it smells so good. Just stuff like this. Like I love waking up to stuff like this. So good. Okay, so lipstick wise, I know you guys are always asking me about these lipsticks. So Irfan had gone to CVS a while ago, I think a couple years ago, and picked up these lipsticks for me. He had bought many colors. Some of them didn't work out. There was this one like really bright purple one that did not look good on me at all. So these, since then I've bought many colors and experimenting with these. These are my 2 that at any time I'm usually wearing in my videos. So the red one is called Addiction Dependence. And then the fuchsia one is called Obsession. You guys are always asking me what lipsticks I'm wearing. I love these. Okay. Okay. All right, and then I have, okay, so you guys know a long time ago I used to wear this lip gloss that I was just obsessed with, and it was called, I think it was called Super Orgasm or Double Orgasm. Something like that from NARS. And then they freaking changed the formula, and then I was so mad because it wasn't the same. So I kept buying it because it was close enough, but it wasn't the same. And then I tried many different brands to try to find something similar to that original one, and I couldn't find it for years. So anyways, a little while ago, I was like, okay, I just have to get over the fact that they will never come back with that. Just forgive NARS, like get over it, right? And so I did that. And then last week, I go on Sephora's website and they came up with like a modified version of it that is very similar to the one that I was missing. I guess I needed to release them and forgive them for changing it. So I got this. This isn't this multiple one. It's just called Orgasm, and I absolutely love it. It's what I'm wearing over another. I'm actually wearing it over a highlighter in this video, but which brings us to this. This is one of my like recent buys, but it's one of my favorite palettes. It's called Natasha Denona. I hadn't even heard of it before. Bloom Blush and Glow palette. I have not heard of this brand. Maybe it's new. It is so great. Like the colors are really beautiful, and the fun thing is that it says blush, but you can use them. I'm wearing them as eyeshadow. I'm wearing it as a highlighter here. I am also wearing it on my lips. So it's one of those palettes where you can use this to pretty much do your entire face. Like it's really that. The pigments are really good, but they're sheer. So that's what I'm doing. I want to invite more people every time just by seeing those stuff. Okay, awesome. So that's one of my kind of luxury purchases. Let me share my two most favorite shoes right now, even though I love all my shoes. I am a shoe and handbag girl for sure. I consider them pieces of art. Even if I'm not wearing them as much as you would think, to me, walking in my closet and putting a smile on my face is the equivalent of someone having a Mona Lisa on their wall that they paid millions of dollars for, right? Because it puts a smile on my face, it raises my vibration, and why not? So this is one of my most recent purchases. I love these shoes. This color I know is showing up probably black, but it's navy. Oh my God, I love these. So the story with these is that I had gotten an email from Valentino, and I had not even seen these shoes previously, so I could have almost missed them. So I hadn't seen this, but I got an email from Valentino saying that they were doing their end of year designer clearance, and a lot of stuff was 40% off on their site. So I'm like, ooh, let me go check what they have. The interesting thing is that if you go to Neiman Marcus and Saks and ask them if rock studs ever go on sale, they're gonna tell you no, but they do. Not necessarily all of like the classic colors, but they often do go on sale. So anyway, so I went on there and I see this pair and I'm like, oh my God, this is like the most gorgeous pair ever. So I click on it and they only had one size and it was like size 9. So I was like, damn it, right? I really want these. And they're 40 off, right? So I closed my eyes and I imagined myself wearing them to several parties and imagined what outfits I wore them with. I imagined what handbag I would wear with them. I imagined what makeup I would do, and I saw myself wearing these shoes with my eyes closed for a couple minutes. I refreshed it, then it said one more size had suddenly appeared. I put in my cart, it was my size. It said one pair left only, and I'm like, of course, because I want it. Checked out as fast as I freaking could, and I got them. So that's my manifestation. I posted this in Magnetism and Miracles. It was like a 5-minute process, that whole thing, but I was like, yes, they're mine. So and I was a little hesitant even after I checked out. So I texted my sales rep at Valentino here in Galleria, and I sent him a picture. I said, do you have, just as a backup plan, do you have any of these in stock? And he's like, oh my God, they're gorgeous. No, I don't. I'm like, oh, okay, don't worry about it. I probably got them. So they did appear in the mail a week later. Super excited. I've already been wearing them. I ordered some more red tops to go with them. They match my car. I just love them. Even when I'm not wearing them, I see them in my closet and I smile and they make me happy. These are also one of my fun purchases. I bought these for myself for my birthday last year in November. And I had gone to the Galleria store, Valentino Galleria in Houston. By the way, if you guys need like a really good sales rep that will like message you and send you pictures and stuff like that, let me know afterwards. I'll give you his number. He's really, really sweet. So I went in there and I was like, do you have anything for me? And he shows me these. He's like, I thought you would like these. And I'm like, it's my birthday. I need something. So I ended up buying these. I absolutely love them. Alina loves them so much too. She calls them my Cinderella shoes. They're actually sequins. I don't know if you can tell. But I ended up buying some fun tops, let me show you, that go with these, just so I can wear these. I have my outfits here that I wanted to show you guys. So I got this top. It has that same like sequins pattern, and this dress, which is one of my like going out dresses, to wear with those shoes. Because they're you have to have like the right items to wear with that, I feel like. So I got these. This is from Macy's. And then this is from the store Venus.com. Okay, so let me show you guys, since I have my dresses in my hand, I'll show you guys my dresses. The one I have on, and then all the rest of these dresses are my like I love these dresses so much. They're from White House Black Market, and the amazing thing about these dresses, well, other than this one, I think this one isn't reversible, but all other three, including the one I'm wearing, they're reversible. So they're easy to wash. They don't wrinkle, and they're reversible. So if you travel with them, it's like you have one dress that serves as like two items, right? Two dresses. So I got this one recently, and it reverses into a plain black color, and then I love like the back because it's like this. And I got this one, which is the same one. I think this one also reverses to black. I wish they had other colors though, because I have way too many black dresses now because a lot of them reverse to black. Okay, so I got that one. This one I had bought last year. I think this was one of their first releases. This one I love because when you reverse it, it reverses to black, but the back is still cute. Let me show you. They wash and wear really, really good. So even the black side reverses to, at least it has a print on the neck, and the back is so cute. I love these. This one isn't reversible, but it's also very pretty print. I just recently got this from White House Black Market. I think all the ones that I showed you, other than that black and white one, you should be able to get because they're more recent purchases. And whether I'm going to be on camera or not, whether someone's going to see me, even if I'm going to spend my entire day sitting at home, I get dressed up because I get dressed up for me. Because I get dressed up for the way that it makes me feel. So I treat myself like royalty. I never have sent myself the signal that I will only get dressed when other people are seeing me, because to me that doesn't feel good. It feels like I'm not good enough to do it just because it's me. Like it's for other people. Does that make sense? So since I was 2, my mother had confirmed it. I have been that person. Like I feel really good when I invest in myself, whether it's time, energy. So I will wear my nice dresses every single day because there's an abundance of dresses out there, and I can always get more. Like it's ridiculous to save your cute stuff. I wear it every day. We all have heard of stories of people who had that aunt or that uncle that saved stuff for someday and like passed away and everything was in their estate sale. Like, I'm not gonna be that person. I'm gonna enjoy everything. Thank you, gorgeous collection. So nice to hear you giggle with energy of abundance. Thank you. Love it. Okay, more? You guys want more? Okay. I'll finish the fashion and then I'll share my sheets. I recently changed all the sheets in my house to bamboo sheets. So this bag I had bought last year for our cruise. Irfan had bought an anniversary cruise for us, and I wanted a purse that was going to be like easy to travel with, that I could like take off the chain and convert it into a clutch. So I ended up only taking one bag with me, and I love this, and it also fits perfectly in the hotel or cabin safe. So I love this size. So this I've been wearing a lot. It comes with, let me see if I have to hide anything. Well, I'll just show you like this. It comes with this little insert wallet and another insert actually, which I think I have in my other bag. So it comes with two inserts. It holds just enough, like you can put your cell phone, your car keys, and you know, that wallet, and it's perfect. You can take the chain off. You can do fun things with the chain and like convert it into like a smaller chain, like a shoulder bag. It's really fun. It's one of my like really most worn bags right now. So I had gotten this, I think, October of last year. Yeah, for the cruise. Then okay, so often these kind of things I buy as treats to like celebrate something, just because I feel like it's like more fun to commemorate something. But don't get me wrong, like I'm in that mindset of abundance. If I want something, I just buy it, but it's nice too. So when I had my first retreat, it was kind of a scary thing at first because it was like really stretching me. At that time, I was convinced that I was an introvert. I learned that that's a limiting belief. I got over it. I no longer feel like an introvert, but at least I'm one of those that I can like morph into anything I need to be in the moment. So I had said, you know, when I do my first retreat, I'm going to reward myself with something. So I ended up buying myself this bag, which is, I think it's called a carry-all. And I'm going to use this on my retreat that's coming up in Florida to travel with. So I just wanted some like nice travel bag that I could use for retreats. I love that it has side pockets, and it's a really fun bag. And then my most recent bag purchase is this one. This bag I had desired for 11 years, would not allow myself to buy it for whatever poverty consciousness I had going on in my mind at the time. And so this year I allowed myself to like put it on in the forefront on my one of my vision boards. I have many vision boards. My whole life is a vision board. And then Irfan took me to Neiman Marcus and bought it for me a few weeks ago. And I think the week after he bought me the car, he bought me this bag. And so I'm super excited. Love it. I think this is the medium size. If you guys need a sales rep for Chanel in Neiman Marcus, let me know. She's super sweet. She was very helpful, very patient as I tried everything on and made the right decision. She also texts me when new things come out. So I like having people like that being on their mailing list. So I've been really wearing it. I'm not the kind of person that saves things for special occasions. So I wear this to Target. I wear it to the Dollar Tree. I wear it to go pick up my kids when they were in school. They're out now. Like I wear it. I just wear it. I'm not gonna save it. Like it's gonna be my everyday bag. Every bag needs to be everyday bag. And then this is what I was telling you guys about. So I anything that comes in physical contact with me, towels, sheets, clothing, pajamas, intimate stuff, needs to be like super glam feeling, super luxurious, super abundance feeling to me. And so a lot of the sheets that I had were old, but they were still in good condition. So it's like a part of me was still in that like, no, I can't upgrade, they're so good, I still need to use them. So I moved a lot of that stuff in the guest bedroom, and I went ahead and bought first sheet of bamboo sheets. We loved them. The kids loved them. They were like, we want bamboo sheets. So the next day we went back on Amazon, ordered everyone bamboo sheets, and then I ordered a couple of different pairs for our sets for myself, for me and Irfan. So I also got this beautiful green color. So this one wasn't open, so I thought I'll bring this and show you guys. And we're getting these off of Amazon. Be careful though, because there's a lot on there that are not 100% bamboo, and there's a definite difference. They're like 40% bamboo, I think, and then the rest some other materials. So just be mindful of that. But we really like them. They're fun. So that is my little haul. Let me answer any questions that you guys have now. Gorgeous collection. Thank you, Mina. It's feeling so much nice to see you live in this video. Absolutely in love with the content of this video. Thank you, Swati. I'm so glad. Hey, Mina. So do you think following Dave Ramsey will be coming from scarcity mindset because it's living a frugal lifestyle? This is a really good question. Okay, so let's unpack that. It depends on you. I had a girlfriend, one of Irfan's clients actually, that I went to lunch with the other day, and they've made such major progress after working with Irfan. They went from being in debt to having all of their debt paid off, and I think they have a savings now of like $50,000, and they have like equity in their home. Like they're doing fantastic. They also were following Dave Ramsey, and Irfan did a lot of the figuring out and sorting out, and the places where you don't necessarily have to follow it to the T. It depends on you. She asked me the same question. I don't like the word frugal, but to someone, they could be like, oh my God, Dave Ramsey is awesome. When I follow his process, I feel abundant. And they would be sending out the right frequency, right? The universe doesn't know Dave Ramsey. They just know the frequency that you're sending out. Another person could be waking up every day following Dave Ramsey. Oh, I also I wanted to share with my key. Of course, you guys have seen my car. Absolutely loving driving it, loving it. One of the things that I couldn't show you live is that Irfan redid our entire garage to match my car. So I'm going to post pictures of that on Instagram. He's still working on it, but it looks so amazing. I've got my car, and then the entire garage matches it now. It's so good. So I had brought this as well. Now, another person that's following Dave Ramsey could be like, oh my God, this is freaking miserable. I can't believe I can't spend any money on this. Like their focus is on money, the lack of money, being frugal, penny pinching. You're sending a very different kind of frequency. So unless you love Dave Ramsey, oh my God, my battery's about to die. Unless you love Dave Ramsey because his process makes you feel so freaking abundant, yes, then I would not recommend it. If following his process is like the best thing that happened to you and you wake up in gratitude and joy because it just made your life, follow it. So it comes back down to your own frequency. Hi, Sharisha said, hi from silent viewer. Why be silent? Yay, hi. Okay, let me see if I was... Okay, so it's saying my battery's gonna die in like 20 minutes. All right. Love this. I often wondered about Dave Ramsey's work in light of this. Yeah, so I had been following a lot of people that do like frugal food videos and stuff back in the day, and I unsubscribed from all of them a few years ago because there's this always constant focus on like penny pinching and lack and like buying the cheapest things. Don't get me wrong, if they're in that place, that's fine. But from my point of view, I find them to be really abundant in what they do have, but their focus is not necessarily on that abundance. So that's where that's disconnected. So even the titles that they would post in their videos were just so poverty consciousness that I unsubscribed from all of them. The funny thing is that around the same time, one of my subscribers said the same thing. Her and I were talking, and she said that I had to unsubscribe from anyone doing frugal videos because just their whole like frequency and the titles and all of their energy was so focused in on this, zoomed in on this one aspect of their lives that it was keeping them stuck, and she didn't want to be a part of that energy. So I don't blame. So it's on how you're taking it. If you think Dave Ramsey's work, like you feel so grateful because it's giving you a system. I definitely know people like that are following Dave Ramsey and they feel so abundant, so grateful. They should continue following it. But there's other people that can take any system and suck the life out of it because they just like being miserable in their poverty consciousness. They're not going to get as much, right? Like that's just how it is. Okay. All right, guys, my battery is about to die, so I guess that's a sign from the universe that I should close this baby down. I'm so glad that you guys came and hung out with me. Check out the Quantum Queen and the Magnetism and Miracles program. They're linked below in the description box as well as the comments. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the Quantum Queen and Magnetism and Miracles. We have a live class tomorrow in Magnetism and Miracles on abundance manifesting, like it's called Awakened Millionaires. So we're going to be diving in deep, answering questions as well. So we're going to describe what exactly a frequency is and exactly the 3 things that you can shift right now to be in higher frequency.